Now, a couple of days ago, I was sort of scrolling X/Twitter. Then I found a sort of a very interesting post about a Judas bunny and a bull Jesus having sort of yaoi moments or sort of a gay moment. And it's something that sort of threw me out for a second, but I decided to ignore it till I found another one, then another one. Then at a certain point, I was sort of curious what's going on and what the cartoon community are posting this on my sort of side of the cartoon community. And I look it up and I realize, oh, it's basically a new project about a Christian doing a short film about the Last Supper of Jesus, but using animals sort of replacement as human beings. When I watched the trailer, I get it. I get it what the cartoon community, the gay community, the furry community, and the Christian community having a little excitement. In other words, that's the best way to describe it, because this trailer actually is really good, especially around people who are hungry for more Christian entertainment, because let's face it, it's like a meme you probably know about, that how Christians complain they have no good entertaining from themselves. Everything is sort of cheesy, mid, or kind of dumb, or does not make sense. That's not my words, that's sort of the Christian creators. Look up anyone who makes entertainment from Christians. Once in a while, you will hear that from them. And this is one of the few rare instances it feels there's something they made that actually looks legitimately good. Some of you wondering, wait, they did not make a new anime movie called King of Kings that looks good? It was praised. Actually, that one actually kind of is just kind of terrible. The fact, what I understand and what I heard from other cartoon creators, that's basically a regular kind of mid tier sort of setting, more cartoon, religious kind of point of view, and that's what it really is. It's think of it sort of Dora the Explorer for kids, but a Jesus form. In other words, I know I'm just trying to dumb it down to understand, but it's basically what people feel. It's another mediocre Christian movie, and that's okay, I guess. If you like it, you like it, but it's nothing refreshing, and this is why Judas Iscariot has a lot of people talking, because this one actually looks good. In fact, they asked for funding for a Kickstarter, and they got their money more than enough they need to make the mini film. It getting really high because they only asked for 30,000. Right now, they passed like 55,000. 100% sure, get a little bit more time or a couple of days doing this recording, they will probably pass 100 grand or 200 grand, give it more than enough for this project to actually let it make 9 words. Basically, you have to wait probably 2 more years, around 2027, to be released after they finish the Kickstarter and allowed to do the project. But there is one major problem. This is where the gay aspect kicks in, because when you watch the trailer, it feels very yaoi. I mean yaoi, if people don't know what that means, it's basically kind of gay. In fact, best would describe fake gay, if it makes sense to you. 100% sure you are in the anime community, you know what I'm talking about, especially in the yaoi community, because when someone makes a yaoi, it usually is a straight perspective. It's sort of fake gay. They don't have the gay experience or the vibe of being gay. But they sometimes they hit a home run and the gay community get excited. But they also have the gay incident, something like Tom Cruise of Top Gun. Now you watch the first film of Top Gun, whatever you think about it, that movie, it legitimately feels very gay with gay vibes. Accidental, even that. I think Tom Cruise, the longest time tempted to defend that film, saying, no, this is a pretty manly film. But the only problem is, the more manly you trying to be, the more kind of fear trying to be gayish by accident. And that's basically normal. That actually does happen multiple times. Doesn't matter if you're the most straightest Christian man in the world and you try to be really, really manly. Sometimes it come out really, really gay. And that's sort of the issue. And this project of Judas, it feels very yaoi, very personal, because the whole point of the project is the point of view of Judas, the rabbit, that he is sort of portraying Jesus. But the only problem is the vibe, the audio, the voice actors feels a little too personal. The point, like, are you sure you're making a Christian film? Because this is going a little bit kind of yaoi, fake gay kind of vibes. I'm just saying, this is the reason why kind of people are pointing out this feels like a yaoi Christian sort of mockumentary in a way. That, once more, I try not to piss anyone off, but in the very end, this is what it kind of feels like. And you can see why. Hopefully they kind of realize the situation a little better, because it will have been some comics that they just don't like it because it goes that direction. Other people don't like it because it's not, doesn't feel accurate with the original source material. Quite literally, it's kind of true if you know your Christian mythology and where Jesus and the writing and what kind of side they actually are, and that sort of mentality. You see the basically different points of people pointing out this is very unconventional for a religious film. But I have to remind you, this is also the same reason why a lot of people who are not Christian or not gay or not even basically normies are enjoying it. It's because it feels refreshing. It feels not bound to being just a Christian, because every time people make specific Christian entertainment, it almost feels they need to prove themselves they actually are Christians while actually making something entertaining. And this project of the Judas feels actually refreshing. It feels you actually can breathe. It feels you actually are be entertaining, even that is sort of accidentally kind of feels kind of gayish by accident. But once more, this can easily be fixed. Later on they realize what they kind of did a little off, only if they want to do that direction. Like, there'd be a very ironic or Tom Cruise sort of situation that it totally is Christian. It's super, super Christian. It's very emotional, deep. Do you not realize you put a little bit too emotion? If you know what I'm talking about. Because watch the trailer and you believe me, you kind of see it. You can see why people are kind of asking or raising an eyebrow. Like, things sometimes happen. Like, you can't have self-control. You have a vision, you do it, you don't realize what you're doing. People were pointing out like, oh, I guess you're kind of right. I have to move some things to make it a little bit more less sexual. Now words, I don't know, maybe the voice actors were way too good, the performance, I don't know you, it depends on you how you feel about this. But believe it or not, this is the reason why I wanted to do this video, because it was sort of a little upsetting for some people from Christians, some people from the gay community, only the gay community and the Christian were a little bit upset. Like, they didn't know how to feel, but it only trended for a little bit. But who knows, I want to see what happens next in the near future. When this come out, they will sort of have like a battleground saying how terrible it really is or how good it is. I honestly, I don't know. Affect how you feel about it. Have you seen the trailer? Are you hype, or are you that type of people you prefer it's not accurate enough? Because when you see the complaints like why Jesus is sort of a bull, not a lion, because what he was from and what is sort of how they people described him, it makes sense he should be a lion. And that kind of stuff sort of bothers you. Did it make this not worth watching? Or you one of the few people just don't care, just give me something good, entertaining. Doesn't mean have to be accurate, it must be entertaining. Tell me down below how you felt about it. Tell me down below if you're even interested about that. I got nothing else to say, just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.